These are the three biggest lies that chiropractors believe that unfortunately keep them very, very stuck. I'm Dr. Dan. I'm a communication and conversions coach. I help chiropractors like you take your message through brain-based communication so people pay you. So here's the deal. Let's break this down. There are a lot of lies. I am covering three biggies that most chiropractors believe that literally keep them stuck. I've been in this a long time. When I say a long time, 20 plus years, but really the last 7 years, I have spent endless hours speaking on stages, communicating to chiropractors, coaching, building programs, mentoring chiropractors to help them build the practice and the impact that they've desired, the thing that they've wanted or yearned for or had a vision for in school. Nobody comes out of school thinking, I kind of want to do mediocre things. I just kind of want to, have a practice that's okay over here. No, that's not what you want. But somehow you are sitting there in a place where you know there's more. And so I get fired up because not only do I know there's more for you, but when you do better, the world gets better. People get better. There's a truth that they get. There's a health that they receive that they can't get from anywhere else that you have an opportunity to give to them. Because what's at stake is people and their health, families and their health, and the health of your business, the health of your finances, the health of your future and your family. I care about it. And you deserve it. But here's the challenge, right? And I'm gonna go through three specific lies that I've seen time and time again chiropractors buy into. And just before I get into those three, one of the things that I've evaluated with all high achievers. In fact, I just read a book called Do Hard Things, and he talked about all high achievers have an internal locus of control. What that means is that all high achievers believe that their circumstances are a direct correlation to their abilities or lack thereof. Their control is internal, meaning it's up to me. Jocko Willink describes it in his book called Extreme Ownership, that I own my results. If you don't start there, I got nothing for you. I'm never going to convince you or show you the way out of it or the way to have greater impact, the way to sell more care plans, the way to help more people, the way to have better results. I'm never going to be able to show you that if you don't believe that you can do it. And so I've always been a guy that, hey, if somebody else can do it, I think I can do it. I just got to figure out how. I got to get in the right rooms, around the right people, get the right mentorship in order to pull it off. And that's what we're here to do. So the three lies that chiropractors believe. Number one is my town and community is different. Chiropractors believe the lie in their head that their community of people is different than anywhere else. People only want pain relief. People only want to use their insurance. People are blue collar, they don't have any money, or there's too many other chiropractors so they can choose to go elsewhere. Those are all lies. Because again, there's somebody in your town with the same circumstances that are crushing it. And you get on your island and you never get off it. And you just constantly perpetuate this internal lie in your head that unfortunately doesn't allow you to break through. Now, I'm not going to give you the problem without giving you a solution. I'm going to tell you there's a way out of this.
Oh, thank God.
Because it doesn't matter where you're at, where you've been, that there is a way out. And I'm going to show you that. But the number one lie is just that my community is different. It's not. Everybody wants one visit for it to be free and for all their pain to be gone and all the symptoms to be cured. Everybody wants that. Every new patient wants that. It's this ability to take that, recognize that's where they're at, but be able to communicate effectively so you walk them through a series of dominoes that fall. If I can get this domino, then this domino, and then this domino, next thing you know, they're staying, paying, referring, and transforming. Some of you have been resistant of practice management and helping you with your business savviness and communication. That's what I do. I do this all day, every day, help chiropractors just like you to actually break out and break through. But now you got to make the decision that I'm going to invest in myself, in my future, or I'm going to get out. The first thing is breaking out of these lies. Stop lying to yourself that it's just your community. Lie number two that chiropractors buy into is that if I just get great results, people will come to me and I'll build the practice and impact of my dreams. That's a lie. Why is that a lie? Because in our day and age, you can't just get good results. Nothing breaks my heart more than seeing great technical results delivering adjusters with small practices. And I don't mean you have to have a practice like mine or like anybody else, but I'm saying that's not the thing that's going to get you there. It's a major piece, believe me. It is critical to be a great practitioner, to be a great adjuster, to have great testing, to have great intellect and understanding and ability to know what they need, when they need it, and how to get it. But don't be fooled to think that if you just got great results, that people are going to refer like crazy and you're going to grow the practice of your dreams. It's an important part, but it's a lie to think that results alone are going to drive the impact and the influence that you were created for. Steve Jobs said it best. He said, you could have the absolute greatest product of all time in the entire planet, but if you can't get people excited about it, you're lost in the water. You'll never ever gain the ability to impact and get influence and income if you don't know how to communicate. And so communication is key. Yes, you gotta have an amazing product and service, but to be able to communicate it, just like Apple, build the best company of all time, arguably, of all time. And how did he do it? Through the power of storytelling. Why do I teach storytelling? Because if you study the power of story, it influences the decision-making brain like nothing else could ever do or will ever do. I didn't get into this wanting to be a better storyteller. I don't consider myself a great storyteller. I learned through the University of Hard Knocks. When I would tell a story, people responded differently. When I used the power of my own story and other testimonies, the amount of money that people were willing to spend skyrocketed. The objections they had around money or time literally dissolved. Why? Because there's something about the brain's response to story that they believe and behave differently. It's like automatic. Steve Jobs got this. It's what separated him from anybody else. You read the books of Steve Jobs, you will see he became the greatest storyteller after working on the movie Toy Story with Pixar. And then went back to Apple and built the greatest company of all time. You must be able to communicate effectively so people get excited about what you have. And the third lie that chiropractors buy into is that they believe they need to give people what they want, and what they want is pain relief and insurance-based care. They buy into a lie that because somebody has insurance that that's the only thing they could do because that's what people want. Listen, Henry Ford said if I would have asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. When you are innovative and you can communicate what you have and it benefits them, the game changes. So yes, people want one visit, all the pain and symptoms to be gone, and they want their insurance to cover it, meaning free or a small copay. That's everybody. When you have that perspective, now you can alter it. I'm not gonna go to the default of humans that think, hey, I just want the insurance care and I just want pain relief. No, I'm gonna find some agreements. Here's what I do know. They're coming in, they want to get to the cause of their problem so it goes away and it doesn't come back. They wanna do it without drugs or surgery. Otherwise, they would have went down the block to the MD or the pharmacy. And number three, they want to make sure it doesn't come back. It's not permanent in nature. When I know that I'm on the same page with those three things, I don't care where you came from or what your desires are, because then I can lead you down to find the cause, get you to understand we've got to correct the cause, and then when we correct the cause, it's not going to come back. And if that means you're going to pay for it out of pocket, you're going to pay for it out of pocket. We've got to do a good job of meeting them where they're at, but ultimately having bridges to bridge them over, not fighting them or resisting them. This is the art of communication. You are capable of doing it, but don't buy the lie that I just have to resort to what they want. This requires a few key aspects that I teach my clients. Number one, you got to be convicted of the benefits you provide. You got to be convicted of what happens if they don't get your benefits and get to the cause. And you've got to know exactly where they're headed if they don't get your care. Some of you aren't doing this because you're not describing the value. They're comparing the cost of your care to a $15 bottle of Advil, because that's what they do. We've seen through research that left to their own devices, they will compare your value to the lowest value thing that would solve the problem, or in their eyes solve a problem. So what do we do in this culture? For pain or for symptoms, we take drugs, and we could do it with over-the-counter drugs for a small fee. You've got to have an ability to take them out of comparing it to a bottle of aspirin or a bottle of Advil and getting them to compare it to not getting that cause addressed and the short and long-term ramifications or consequences from a health standpoint. And that's what they compare it to. This becomes the value of your care, and when you can do this effectively, listen, it becomes their own idea that they want the long-term care plan, they want the cause corrected, and they want it without drugs and surgery. So therefore, they will come out of the insurance, they'll get the cause corrected, and they'll pay for it out of pocket. So there you have it. I know I went through a lot. I know I get fired up, but here's the deal. It is a great time to be a chiropractor. In fact, I will argue it's almost never been a better time to be a chiropractor. I get the book thrown at me when I say that on stages. I won't stop saying it, and there'll be another video that I will follow up with you to describe why it's a great time to be a chiropractor. I think you will be shocked, but I also think you'll be eye-open to see, wow, yeah, he's got a point there. And guess what? Is an opinion, but if you're gonna have an opinion about something, you might as well stack the deck in your favor. As you can tell, I got no problem with conviction because I've done the hard work of asking the tough questions. When people come into my world and become clients of mine, they immediately start to convert more, they immediately start to grow their practice, and they immediately be able to do it with less effort because I show them a level of conviction, a level of care and questions to ask, and how to do it with communication using storytelling. If that's you, if you know you need to grow, click the link below. We'll jump on a call, find out if we can help you. In the meantime, it's never been a better time to be a chiropractor. Don't buy into the lies. You got this. Let's roll.